Hi YouTube, and welcome to the second ever episode of Totem Tuesdays. Yay! I don't know if you can tell by my hair, but we are going to be doing lion today. I want to dedicate this episode into memory of my cat who recently passed away. Today is her 10th birthday, so happy birthday to my little lion in the sky. Also, I just want to let you guys know, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out the blog. There's going to be more details in the blog on lion totem, so go ahead and find that link below. Yeah, honestly, I am so excited moving from bat energy into lion energy. One of the first things that you're going to find with any type of predator animal is that they're going to make themselves known to you by usually hunting you. I think I wrote about this in the blog, where sharks will circle around you and you kind of feel this energy circling you and getting kind of closer, where it's kind of the same with lion. A lot of the time you don't notice how much the animal's already been influencing you by the time it appears, because lions don't want you to see them until they're ready for you to see them. And that is if the lion comes to you, because lions are no joke. They do not just appear to anybody. They only go to people that are strong, that are ready to step into their leadership, their courage, and face whatever that they need to face. Lions do not like to play around, and they will leave you in the middle of a lesson if you are refusing to heed their medicine or show any form of progression. So just want to make that known about the lion energy. First thing you're going to think of when you think of, a lion, you're going to think of courage. You're going to think of, that like fierce energy of like, I'm going to grab it, and really going after what you want and biting into it. Yes, lions do have that. But when a lion totem first starts coming to you, you might be introduced to the lion by it stalking you. So the feelings of fear, the feelings of something ganging up on you, like being watched when you don't know like who's watching you, or those feelings that as a prey you might feel, the lion might induce in you right before you guys start working together. And a large part of that is to see like what fears you have, like what does scare you in there. But unlike the other totems, lion's not going to ask you to dive into those fears and heal them. Like, we're not going in and picking them out and being like, oh, like I used to, sorry, my nails are like really bad. I used to not be afraid of, like drowning, and then one time when I was 5, my Uncle Bob threw me, like lions doesn't care. Lion does not care about what happened and why you're afraid of it. That's not what the energy is about. That's not what the medicine's there for. The medicine is there for you to be able to move past your fear and to do what you have to do. Like, it doesn't care why it's there. It's like if your cub's drowning, jump in the water and save your cub. So that's kind of what lion's kind of asking you to do, is to be able to have fear and yet push past it, to have emotions, but instead of like, reacting to them, you act upon them. So really being able to kind of hold the space for fear and courage at the same time. That's definitely like a huge lesson in that. One of the greatest things about lion energy is going to be to teach you to boss up. Boss up. A king does not move from fear. A king moves because it wants something, not because of it's afraid. See, the gazelle runs from the lion because the gazelle is terrified. Like, the gazelle knows what this lion's going to do. The lion does not get chased. The lion chases. And I think this is a huge lesson. I think a lot of people do things in their life because of fear. They make decisions based off fear. They work at places based off fear. They spend their time doing things out of fear. Fear, 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 fear. It's like fear is ruling people. And lion will help teach you to kind of like, let's take a step back, okay? Like, you're a king, you are a queen, you are a boss. You do not respond to fear. You respond to what it is that you ultimately want to do, and that is why we are doing it. Okay, you're not working a job that you hate because you're afraid. Okay? So that's one of the biggest lessons I think lion can offer you. Definitely one of the biggest lessons of lion medicine is nap time. So when they're not killing everything and like, ripping things to shreds and having blood all in their mane, they're probably gonna be playful and loving and like, and their pride is like their number one mission is the babies, like taking care of the cubs, taking care of the women, like as the male, to like watch and maintain. Like your pride is going to be your numero uno on the list of things that you need to be caring about. So lion medicine will definitely kind of ask you to dive back into the family life and to make sure everything's good at home. So you might find yourself wanting to like sleep a lot. Lion medicine might make you literally want to sleep. There's a reason for this though, because I feel like a lot of people aren't able to fully enjoy themselves or to fully relax, especially in America. People are always so just like, go, 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 get it, get it, get it, and it's funny because we always refer to like entrepreneurs as like lions or sharks or these like predatory animals, when all the predatory animals are really smart about how they move. It's not always so much with brute force. Like lions will relax and do absolutely nothing. And if you notice that they're not freaking out about like, where's my next gazelle gonna come from, they just know like it's gonna be there and I'm gonna chase it and I'm gonna capture it and I'm gonna feed my entire family with it. They're not worried. So when it's downtime, it's downtime. It's like, let's lick each other and lay out in the sun and like enjoy it and, and mate with each other, because the lions mate like 50 to 100 times a day. It's crazy. I mean, in mating season. So lions know how to enjoy their life as well as getting stuff done. With that being said, a lion can run a burst of 50 miles per hour. So if you really think about that, like being able to have the energy to just up and go after something, you're going to want to be in a state of being prepared for that. So a lot of time in those downtimes, it's like asking you to really prepare yourself, like rest, don't stress over things, don't work yourself into like a crazy, because if you lose your courage because of your head, because of your monkey mind, hence why the lion is the king of the jungle and not the gorilla. Okay, monkey mind does not get you there. You have to be calm and cool and collect and be like, yes, I know that like I'm gonna have it, so why would I waste my leisure time on worrying? Ain't no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem free philosophy. Hakuna Matata, mother. Make sure if you're dealing with lion energy that you take the time to kind of work through your fear by chilling out. Like letting yourself just take a break from the fear and the worry and the stress and just enjoy the moment, enjoy your life. Of course, we have to talk about hunting, because lions and all cats love to kill things. They truly do. So lions like to hunt. For a lot of cats, hunting is a game. It's a sport. Like how long can I stalk you before you see me? And even the way they move is like that ninja. Like lions are always kind of up to something. Like they always look like they're doing something that they probably, you wouldn't want them to do, but they want to do. So hunting is a huge part of being a lion, and knowing what things to stalk, I think, are really important. The stalking phase is important. Like learning about something, approaching it from every single angle, really like viewing its weaknesses, viewing where you can attack. These are things that lion will teach you about opportunities and about being able to go after the things that you want. So if you are taking on lion medicine, make sure you take the time to really look at something and don't get caught up in the love of the game, like the fun of the hunt. Like make sure it's something that you actually want, because remember, you have that burst of energy to go 50 miles an hour. Like don't go 50 miles an hour towards something just because someone was like, I bet you can't do it. And you're like, watch me. But now here you are, like wasting all your energy chasing like a car when you should be chasing a zebra. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. Also, a lot with hunting is their eating behaviors. Like I'm sure you've seen that male lions eat before anybody else in the whole pride eats. And that's including the women that hunted the animal to begin with. The reason, though, is this is like an investment that the entire pride is making into something bigger than their individual selves. So it might seem like it's just like this male who's like, I get all of it first because I'm the guy. No, it's literally the smartest thing for them to do, because the food makes the lion bulk up. It makes him bigger and stronger, and even makes his mane like go longer, and that is a sign to other males that this lion is not something to mess with. And the female lions, they want this to be, because if a new male comes in, he'll kill all their cubs and they'll have to start completely over. And so for the entire pride, the best interest is to beef up the alpha male to make sure that their system is on lock. So I think this is going to show you in your own life, like, what are you feeding first? And it should be yourself, like literally feed yourself. Like, are you eating good food? Like, you can't do things that you need to do if you're feeling under the weather, or if you're crashing because of caffeine or sugar, or, a disease because you didn't take care of yourself. You didn't work out. You didn't build up the resources you needed to keep going. So I think this should be a huge lesson to pay attention to, like, what gets fed first. Lion will make sure you learn that lesson. I did want to talk about something interesting that I think has to do with the whole fear and courage play on lions, and with the mane, is even if one lion has more muscle than another lion, the lion that has the biggest mane is going to look the scariest. And I came up with a term, I call it fluff bluff. And that is basically like with lion totem, when you're roaring and like, come at me, but you're actually kind of scared. Or you're not, like, it's like you're faking it until you're making it kind of thing. It's like that, like, just like buff up and see if it works. Like they say to actually do, if you run into a lion, just look really big and get really loud, and it's gonna scare them, even if inside you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. It's kind of got to take your power back and be like, even if you feel that way, you have to be able to roar. And I think that's what lion wants to show you, and I think that's why it stalks you kind of in the beginning. It wants you to feel afraid, and then to step from that fear and be like, no, I'm a boss, and I'm about to rip apart whatever is in my way. So make sure, if you're having a little bit of like a courage slip, especially with lion coming around, like, go ahead and bluff that problem. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to tame the mane. Cats as guardians. I want to touch on this, of the whole Chinese culture and Egyptian culture of working with lions, or working with all cats. See, cats can see in the light and cats can see in the dark. So you take this polar opposite of light and dark, and you're going to pretty much have a creature that can move between the two, that becomes neutral. Neutral creatures usually have one paw in this world and one paw in another world, which is why a lot of different cultures picked up on the fact that lion is not of one or the other, that they are guardians of the in-between. That's why you see a lot of like witches have cats, or like the Sphinx guarding Egypt. I mean, obviously no one really knows why it's there, but you'll see that in a lot of Egyptian cultures, though, as cats being viewed as guardians and gods. So I think working with this animal, you're going to find you have more insight and more instincts on things in your life that you might not have been able to see before. This is definitely kind of like one of those totem unlocks that like you kind of learn, like working with this animal, you get more and more in tune with the other side of things, and kind of like your deeper reasons for going after something, and your deeper reasons for why you do what you do. Everything that's aligned with your purpose and why you came to this planet. So I think that is probably one of the most beautiful things that you can learn from this animal. One of the final things that I want to talk about is the sun. As you guys probably know, Leos are ruled by the sun. Why is this? It's like such a vicious creature, but it's just so loving. Like the sun, it's like a warm energy. Cats have such a loving, warm energy. They really know how to love. They know how to open up those heart chakras. So getting lion totem can definitely be a sign of romance, can be a sign of moving closer to your own tribe, pride. Definitely like allowing you to, I think, love deeper and to feel more as well. So getting lion can be a sign that things are about to become abundant, just like getting the sun in tarot. Oh my gosh, I need to just start in the strength card. I should just, this isn't going to happen every single time, but it might happen every single time. Here's the sun. That one did not hide for long. Here's our first lion card. And our second lion card is going to be... I literally just went through the deck 3 times and it like did not want to come out. It was so funny. It's interesting. But here's the other lion card in the tarot deck. It is strength. Strength and the sun. These represent lion totem all the way. This is basically lion in a nutshell right here. It's like beauty is happening in your life. That's why it's like with the leisure, with the nap, it's like don't stress about your life. Don't worry about what's next. Like when it's downtime, be down. When it's go time, be go. You know, like when you have to kick butt, kick butt. And when it's time to sleep, lay on the sun, sunbathe. You know, I think it's beautiful medicine to get, especially just because of how fast you can go from chill to like, you know. So I hope you enjoyed today's Totem Tuesday. Check back tomorrow on the blog for a brand new animal, and we will be covering that animal next Totem Tuesday. So the link for that is going to be down below. You can subscribe to the blog. Please subscribe to the channel. It is still so young, and with your support, hopefully this can grow and I can keep doing this and we can learn about all these amazing animals and hopefully one day be able to help these animals in a deeper way. That is why on every blog post there is a segment called Spirit of the Earth, and that is where you can learn about how you can help this animal, and you know, either financially by donating to a conservation or physically. Sometimes you can always volunteer and do work. For this one, if you want to check below, there is a link on how you can help lions, something I was divinely guided to, and you can check that out there. All right, thank you guys so much, and I am so happy to have you guys back here, and I can't wait to see you next week.